you've been handling a luxury product with Portugal. You've been doing your bit with Switzerland and France. What's the European tendency? That's one. Secondly, how friendly is Europe to the woman traveler? Because, you know, we have this mindset that, which is unfortunate. Yes, India being unsafe, reports being coming out in the media of, unfortunately, so-called the rape capital of the world, which is ridiculous, which is sad. I hate it because I want to second my country. And those things are happening everywhere across the world. India does get a bad name, right? I mean, Africa is not safe for women or whatever. So what does the Europeans feel? I mean, do you think Europe is technically safe, or?
Let me put it this way. I think firstly it's about every place is just as safe or just as unsafe so long as you take the correct precaution. I think being a woman, when you travel by yourself, and I think we've all around this table done that a lot over the years. So I think the first thing you need to do is not do the obvious silly things, like if you think you're going to get out there till 1 a.m. and stroll around the streets and be safe, then, you know, I mean, if you're looking for trouble, trouble is what you're going to land up finding. So that's what I'd be tempted to say to start with. Having said that, yes, certain places unfortunately have that sort of preconceived, like you said, Africa, for example. Now, I've traveled alone in Africa so far, and knock on wood, never had a problem. So I think it's all about, you know, keeping your right precautions in place. You don't go out in Joburg after sunset if you know what's good for you. Even if you've got your husband along, it's best that you don't. So you don't do that, right? And having said that, just to sort of, you know, talk about that on a global perspective to start with, I think the only place as a woman that I feel unsafe to travel to even today is Delhi. So even today when I go to Delhi, it's the only place where I want to be dead sure that there's a car and driver of the greatest quality picking me up even at thrice the price, which I'm happy to pay, but I want to be sure. So this is my, you know, feedback as a woman traveler. I don't think I think twice in any other place as much. It doesn't bother me as much. Having said that, yes, having worked with France over the years, now with Portugal, I think by and large, so long as you take your basic necessary precautions, it's extremely safe. You can be out in Paris. It's really not a problem. There are certain places that you don't want to go to, like there's a particular station called Châtelet-les-Halles. You don't look for a hotel there. You don't get off there in the evenings because it's just rowdy by nature. You don't go into the far out suburbs and so on. But so long as you're in the mainstream areas and whatever, you're fine. Specifically speaking about the places that I work with closely, I think I'm very lucky in a sense because Chamonix-Mont-Blanc, for instance, it's like a little piece of paradise, really. You can do anything on foot. Now there I have tried looking for trouble and still not found it because I have gone out with a lady friend till 2 in the morning and it's still been extremely safe. And we walked back to our hotel and so on. So, I mean, but those are, you know, special places where you really are safe. It's very small. It's got a 10,000 person population. So it's really not a problem. Portugal, again, is extremely safe. You can go out quite safely till the wee hours of the morning. It's actually the party capital of Europe. So people don't have a problem going out at night and so on. So yeah, I would think so. So the European thing as such is that in the larger places, you won't have a problem. They're very aware of tourism. They're very aware of the fact that people will come and they don't really go looking for trouble because it's a huge revenue generation stream for them. So I don't think they want to create trouble. I would have said that even about a place like South Africa, for instance, because I remember going and people actually, I remember this distinctly. There was this, you know, person on the wayside and my husband and I were walking down in Cape Town. And one of the other urchins went up to the other and said, "You don't trouble tourists." They actually said that. So this is the, you know, sort of training that has probably been given to them in their mindset to say that, you know, this is our bread and butter, you don't mess with that. So I don't think you land up in trouble in these places, so long as, like I said, you know, you don't go around, like say even in Cape Town, outside of the waterfront area, etc., you don't want to go off track and then, you know, suddenly be saying that, am I going to be fine? Maybe or not, you know, so you don't want to take that chance. And in Europe, I think by and large, most of the touristic places are very, very safe and it's really not a problem.
Just to add to what you said, actually, like I already mentioned, we need to be crime-proof travel. I mean, if we are calling for trouble, definitely, there. Yes. When you say crime-proof, it's like do not venture out alone in the night. Maybe with your friends, maybe not with your friends. Do not go into public transport alone again in the night. Call for radio cabs. Yeah. Exactly. In fact, nowadays, most of the hotels, if you see, there are women, entire floor is for women, ladies. Yeah, I mean, it's there in Europe and US,
I was
even
just
in
about
India.
to say, incidentally, Rima and me did a story when we were both with Indian Express. This is about 12 years ago. When we were both, I said, you're still, I'm not. But I remember we both did this story years ago on women travel, and I still remember sitting with the PR director at that point of the Oberoi Hotels who said that we have a whole floor dedicated to women. We do special and private check-ins. We make sure that she's safe and so on and so forth. So I think, people are very attuned to these things in the hotel business.
Sure.
They do try and ensure that I think even airlines, as you were mentioning to me, so they're very sensitive
And
to
it's not
such
only
like,
just the five-star hotels, even like Yellow. I mean, I think this women's there, I think Yellow Trees have come up with again the women wing. So
Airlines also in a very subtle way do not give you a seat. They know see that things are okay with you and stuff like that. So yeah, great. But thank you, Sheetal. In fact, there's always this safe, not safe. But I like to believe that with such a huge population, I think most importantly, we all need to respect women. I think that's the bottom line, right?
No, of course. I mean, you hear about
Yeah.
rape cases in Bombay as well, but we've been born and brought up here, and we don't have a problem.
We are becoming tech savvy. You have tech savvy clients who can just go on the internet at the click of a button book things. But this is where the expertise of a travel agent comes into picture, because only when you as a travel agent can brief your client when she's going, like suppose if you have just a woman traveling, you can brief her, and that is where you have the edge of telling a client that yes, you need to come into my shop, because I'm not just booking your holiday, I'm also telling you things which you need to know. Exactly. Yeah. So now when you're going and booking on the net, you're not going to know. You'll feel that okay, this is the hotel, I'm getting a good price, let me stay here. But only when you walk into a travel agent, and that is where the expertise of a travel agent would count.